Hi guys, and welcome to another World of Tanks video with me, Cosmic Carry. Today I'm going to be bringing you gameplay of me and my TOG. Two battles, two totally different battles. One which went considerably in my favour, and I came out top dog. And the second one was just for show, because I got to meet some other like-minded nutjobs, fools. Don't know what I'm talking about. Wait until the second video, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now lately I've been going back and forth for which tank to buy next. I've been debating about the Tortoise and the Death Star, and I didn't think basically the Tortoise was YouTube material because I don't know, low sex appeal and slow ass speed. Anyhow, maybe I can come back to the Tortoise at a later date, so that's no biggie. Now the Death Star, I still don't have enough money, I still don't have enough to get that bad boy. You know, I could have went ahead, spent a whole bunch of money, and got the thing, but that would have kind of tainted the tank in my eyes, you know, because I would have spent a whole bunch of money on one single tank. Every time I drove it, I would have been driving around thinking, this tank cost me, you know, £30, you know, whatever it is. When I spend my gold coins each and every month, I like to invest it into the game. Invest it into the game by buying my premium, you know, invest in converting XP, whatever. You know, I don't like to invest it primarily in one single tank, you know. It doesn't sit well for me. So what to do, you know. So I researched the YouTubes, and I come across the TOG. Now all the YouTubers yakking on how much they love this thing, how it brings a smile to their faces when they're playing it, and it brings a smile to everybody's face when they see it, you know. And this is true, you know. I'm watching the footage right now, and it does bring a smile to my face. It's fun, you know, to drive, and it does make other players smile. You know, many a game I start off and other players are just sitting there, you know, in their tanks, immobile, just turning their turrets left to right as I pass. You know, it's like the Titanic leaving port for the first time. They sit in awe, like jaw dropped to the floor, and they're wondering, you know, what the fuck is this thing? And that's exactly what it is. It's a thing, you know. It's not a tank, it's a TOG. It's a thing. It's a, you know, it is what it is. It's a TOG. So let's review. I'm gonna do a quick review of my TOG, of my Princess. Keep in mind, I've only been playing on this thing, with this thing for, you know, 3-4 days, 2-3 days, whatever it is. But I think I've figured the TOG out, and I don't think my opinion's gonna change, you know, in the 2-3 days, 4 days that I've played it. I don't think it's gonna change in the next 2-3-4 months, you know. I believe my opinion will still be the same. This tank is not a tank. It's a TOG. It's a completely class of its own, and it has, in my opinion, no place in any tech tree, let alone in the world of tanks. Basically, it is completely on a different plane. It's in a different universe. It's in a different world, you know. It is not part of it is and it isn't, you know, World of Tanks. Let's review the tank itself. Amazing gun, fantastic gun, amazing penetration, and it just cuts through enemy tanks like butter. Really does. Reload time so fast, 12 rounds per minute, or 1 round every 5 seconds. Hit points, 1,400 hit points. This is staggering, amazing for a tier 6 tank. But in my opinion, both of these features are there to compensate for the rest of the god awful features of this tank, and they are god awful. The speed is absolutely atrocious. The speed is abysmal. You should fully expect to arrive to the fight very late every single time. Not only that, because if it's slow speed, you have to decide on a flank. You decide on the flank, that's the flank you're going to be for the rest of the game. And if you decide on that flank and you proceed to see 4 or 5 of your compadres go ahead down that flank, and if you watch them get obliterated, out in the distance, you have no choice but to carry on, because turning around and hot tailing it out of there is not an option in a TOG. Let's talk maneuverability. It doesn't maneuver. It turns pretty much like a battleship on land. It really does. It is a bit like when they spotted the iceberg in the Titanic. Why isn't she turning? Pretty much exactly the same thing. Armor. What armor? There is no armor. It's like cardboard, paper mache. It's an XP making machine for enemy players. The artillery has a field day hitting the top of this thing, and 90% of the armor is flat. There's hardly any sloping to speak of. Size. Don't bother hiding. They know you're there. Just try to hide bits of your tank if you can. If there's artillery in play, forget about it. Your history. The artillery loves this thing. They can pretty much guess where you are, even when they've just lost you because of your size and your slow speed. The TOG is basically a dinosaur from World War One, has been put into World of Tanks for shits and giggles, nothing more. It cannot in no way be an effective member of a team. It has no effective part to play in a team. It has no specific role, really. It's just there for fun. It was designed for trench warfare during World War One and soon became obsolete, and that's exactly what it is. This tank is pretty much obsolete. Keep an eye on the gameplay here. They're just signaling me non-stop. Follow me, and I'm like, what do I need to follow you for? Bugger off. And I thought this scout here, I thought he was the one who was signaling me. Anyway, there is no purpose. Going back, there is no purpose for this tank other than fun. That's the only purpose of this tank. It's just fun, But going back, if I had known that the only purpose of this tank was fun, would I have bought it? Probably be. Oh, there you go. Twin brothers. Look at that. I was like, oh my god, a TOG. When do you see a TOG in the game? I hardly ever see a TOG. And there's a reason why. And look, he's got exactly the same camo as me. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited to meet him. But this is actually a triple surprise. Yes, indeed. There's 3 of us. Oh, it would have been so cool if the third one had the same camo. Yeah. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. If I had known that the only purpose of this tank was fun, would I have bought it? Probably not. Probably not. World of Tanks is a fun game, yeah, but it's not primarily about fun. Every time I start a game, I'm thinking, where the hell am I going to go with this thing? What's my role here? On this map, I was thinking, what am I going to do? I'm going to go up the north spawn, up that hill, and be cannon fodder for the artillery. What do I do? What do I do? The only effective way to play this thing is charge, full speed ahead, go for it, tally ho. That's the only effective way, of playing this thing, if you can call it effective. If there's artillery on the opposing team, you're screwed. If you're in a higher tier game, you're screwed. If there are hills, you're screwed. If your team has left you behind, you're screwed. Basically, you're screwed. This tank is for fun, nothing more. It is fun to drive this thing onto the battlefield, but after a while you do get tired of arriving late. And also, if the battle hasn't been in the favor of your team, you're quickly dispatched with, by the opposing team, and it's kind of like a bonus for them. Oh, we just killed everyone, and we get to take out a TOG. We get to sink a submarine as a bonus. Yay! When I roll out in my E75, my E100, I have fun being an effective and active, member of my team. I enjoy outsmarting my opponent, outflanking them and pounding them into oblivion. A good game where I say to myself, I earned that victory, I helped my team, we beat the odds, we won the game. That's fun to me. I get, I think more than anything, satisfaction. But in that is like a tinge of fun, I guess. Maybe I'm being a bit too serious, stuffy, because I'm talking about the TOG. I don't know. I just I'm I don't know, mildly disappointed, I guess. Perhaps this wasn't the best choice, but I'm going to continue playing the thing. I know its limitations, and there's a lot of them. I'm going to be doing a series, and I'm going to be calling it Misadventures in my talk, because that's exactly what they will be. Misadventures. They're not going to be called adventures, because adventures is something that you enjoy, and you want to repeat and you want to do again, and that's not the case in my talk. It's just, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. It's going to be called Misadventures. But anyhow, so we're finished. We're done here. No more serious stuff. The TOG has taken enough of a beating from me. Let's commentate the rest of this gameplay. So I was following these two guys, and I was like very eager to not get myself killed, but I wanted to see their tactics, their moves. How do they handle their tanks? Teach me some secrets. Wise TOG Jedis. And it was kind of cool because I got blown up and I get to spectate. That's kind of cool. Maybe I'll pick up on something. Maybe I'll learn some tricks of the trade. Maybe these guys are veterans. Maybe they just bought the tanks just now themselves. I don't know. So I was kind of like, oh, this is cool. I get to see other people in their TOGs. How will they approach the crest up here? How will they take out the enemy? How will they manage the disadvantages of this tank and use the advantages in their favor? So why don't we watch for a while, and I shall shut up. First of all, I was thinking there's no way he's going to get through here, but he does manage to get through. He does manage to get through. I don't think the guy behind him helps him either. He manages to get through by himself. And there he goes. His buddy's right in the rear. And that's it. There's two TOGs, two pieces of arty left on our team. And there he goes. Did I learn anything from that? Not really. Not really. How to get blown up? I already know that in my talk. I already know how to get blown up in my talk. And there we go. And there we go. And there we go. And that's it. All that she wrote. Perhaps I'll send in a message or two. Maybe we can platoon up. Maybe I'm missing the point of the tog. Maybe if you platoon up with other togs, then it's worth it. Then it's much more fun. But as I say in this message, to one of those togs, to one of those drivers, this is a seriously bad tank. Cosmic Harry signing out. Take it easy, guys. Adios, muchachos.